Greetings my beautiful lovelies, it's Emmy. Welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Zebbit, an online marketplace that allows you to buy brand name products and gift cards, pay over time and pay interest free. Visit zebbit.com/Emmy and receive up to $2,500 of interest free credit. Big thanks to Zebbit for sponsoring this video. So today's recipe was requested by Christy D. She suggested that I make the White Castle Paté. White Castle Paté. Is it really a pate made out of White Castle burgers? And I clicked a link and yes, it is. White Castle hamburgers, I've never had them before. I grew up in California. We don't have White Castle there. And now that I live in New England, we don't have White Castle here either. But I just discovered this at the supermarket yesterday. White Castle sliders, cheese sliders. These were in the frozen food section and I said, well, I don't know about that. So then of course I started reading reviews and many people said they were pretty decent, including Kenji Lopez Alt, whose opinion I trust very much. But he did recommend that instead of microwaving them, you follow the directions which they include for the stove top version. Come in a little twinsy pack like this. So according to this box, White Castle was the first hamburger chain and it's been family run since 1921. So the original recipe calls for 10 regular original burgers. Since I couldn't find the originals and I have the cheese version, which is basically the original with a slice of cheese, I'm gonna attempt to remove the cheese before I warm these up because of course it's gonna melt all over the place. It should also be noted that these burgers were allowed to thaw in the refrigerator, which the instructions also recommend. Here's one, the second burger. According to George Motes, the burger historian, he says that sliders are not the same as mini burgers. Sliders are smaller, they're made with one sheet of meat, bun is placed on top, and then they're broken up into little sliders like this. The name apparently comes from the fact that these used to be slid down the countertop, hence the name slider. Okay, we have the cheese, we have some onion here, and we have a burger patty, which is indeed square and one piece. So I don't think that this cheese removal, oh, let's see. So I can remove the cheese, but much of the onion comes along with it. From what I've read, onions are essential to a White Castle burger. So I'm gonna leave the cheese and I'm just gonna cook up 10 cheeseburgers. Actually, I'm gonna cook up 11 because I'm gonna taste the cheeseburger by itself before I make the pate. Bun tops may be wrinkled, but they're soft and tasty, just like the sliders from our restaurant. Sounds good. And this is a Chinese style steamer, which is really great for steaming lots of things. I've actually watched a couple videos on how they make these by hand in China. It looks absolutely fast. I love those videos and it makes me want to attempt it, but I don't really have a bamboo grove nearby. But wouldn't that be cool, making your own steamer? Gosh, I love that. Okay, I digress like usual. Okay, I'm gonna grab some foil. Did you grow up eating White Castle burgers? If you did, let me know. What are your thoughts on them? Do you detest them? Do you love them? Let me know. Okay, so, oh, another thing. I'm gonna add a pickle slice to each of my sliders because the original burgers also contain a pickle slice. So, let's do that. I mean, why didn't they put a pickle on the burgers in the frozen form? I don't get it. Okay, so bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk, bonk. We have layer number 1. Layer number 2. We have a dozen sliders in there. Tuck that foil in. Now I'm going to steam these for 8 to 10 minutes until everything is nice and warm and toasty and squishy and soft. Okay, be right back. Flame. Alrighty, so while my burgers are steaming, let me tell you a little bit more about Zebbit. So Zebbit is an online marketplace that has all kinds of brand name products, including gift cards to your favorite places like Macy's, Foot Locker, Nike, and Old Navy. So the holidays are just around the corner and it's a time of year where things like money, time, and effort can be in low reserve, but Zebbit solves these problems for you by making shopping and gift giving very easy and convenient. So there's zero interest, zero fees, and zero cost to join. With Zebit, you choose a product, you pay a small portion of that, and then you pay the rest of it over time with zero interest. So when it's too late to send a gift, Zebit is a great option for last minute gift giving. There's no better option because you can give instant access to gift certificates. Whether you're knocking your list out ahead of time or scrambling last minute, you're one click away with Zebit from getting a great holiday gift. Visit Zebit.com/Emmy to get up to $2,500 in interest-free credit, and big thanks to Zebit for sponsoring this video and allowing me to make better videos for you guys. Alrighty, let's go check on our sliders. Okay, here we are, my tower of sliders. Ready for the big reveal? Dun 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 dun. Ding! A little family of sliders. As the directions said, the tops are a little bit wrinkly, but they are very tender and pillowy soft. These actually look pretty good. Oh my gosh, look. So steamy, my glasses are fogged. So this is one tiny burger. It's pillowy soft. Here's my melted cheese, my onion, my square patty, and the bun is just so squishy soft. Alrighty, let's give this a taste. Itadakimasu. Ooh, it's hot. In a lot of respects, it reminds me of a McDonald's hamburger. You've got a squishy bun, you've got a very, very thin meat patty. You've got some American cheese on there. You've got some pickle. I think what reminds me most about the McDonald's style hamburger, which I loved as a child, and actually I craved a lot while I was pregnant with my first child. Okay, we digress. There's the inclusion of the dehydrated onions, not fresh onions, but reconstituted dehydrated onions. Those are essential, and that's what this burger has as well. Something about that kind of concentrated flavor of the onions is just signature to me of those burgers. This is a little bit different in texture though to the McDonald's version, in the sense that because this was steamed, the bun is so squishy, squishy soft. I think this does need a little bit of ketchup though. Easily remedied, easily remedied. Boop. Ooh, that's a lot of ketchup. Okay, a little less ketchup. Well, whatever. All right. Okay. Now it really tastes like a burger to me. The ketchup. It really needs the ketchup for me for that combination of sweet and tangy, tomatoey, saucy with the onions. Yep. Pickles are essential. I'm glad I decided to put the pickles in there because I feel like, again, it makes it ring the hamburger bell in my head, and I see why people get an entire sack of them because I just did a little taste test and I've pretty much like smashed an entire slider. Into the hopper of the food processor, we're going to add 10 sliders. Everything, bun, patty, cheese, everything right into there. Whoa, these are spanking hot. 8, 9, 10. I believe the original burger has some ketchup on it, so I'm going to add a little bit of ketchup. 4 tablespoons of steak sauce. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Ooh, I love that sound. And 1 tablespoon of sweet mustard. I didn't have sweet mustard, so I took regular mustard and added about a teaspoon of maple syrup to it, so it got nice and sweet. Sweet mustard. 2 tablespoons of sweet barbecue sauce. Yum, yum, yum. And finally, 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. I'm going to use sriracha. Pate time. Whoa. All right, folks, I think we're there. It kind of looks like refried beans. Shape that into a ball. Wow. Okay, I can do that. This this seems to be working pretty well. Go under and kind of lift. It is warm though, and kind of falling on itself. I don't know if you can see that. It is steaming. This is a little loose because it's still very warm. So what I'm gonna do is allow this to cool, and then I'll shape it some more so it looks more, you know, ball-like, and then we'll give it a taste. Okay, see you in a little bit. Alrighty, so we are back, and here is the completed White Castle Paté. Isn't it lovely? So I went ahead and cooled this down, shaped it using my spatula into a ball. It's more of a hemisphere. And then I surrounded it with water crackers. And for reference, we have our little slider here to know that this became this thing of beauty. Alrighty, let's give this monstrosity a taste. Got myself, oh, I don't want to mar its beautiful finish. Wow, it thickens quite a bit once it's cooled. Look at that. It looks just like refried beans. If someone guessed refried beans, I'd say yeah, but no. Okay, so it spreads really nicely. I'm not sure how much to put. Okay, oh look, I just made a heart because I love you. Oh, I love that. Alrighty, White Castle Paté, here we go. Itadakimasu. So initially I taste the crunch of the cracker, and I love water crackers, nice and crunchy, and they have that really nice neutral flavor. So the flavor is actually not too bad because we use a lot of very flavorful condiments in there. We've got mustard, we've got barbecue sauce, we've got Worcestershire sauce, we've got steak sauce. All those things are very, very flavorful because they're condiments and they're supposed to add flavor. And the dill pickle definitely shines through. The flavor is not bad. What's really kind of off-putting is the texture. It is very, very smooth and slightly sticky. Not like refried beans. Refried beans have a little bit of a texture to them. You'll get some beans in there, and it's not like whipped into a kind of almost chewy paste. And that's what's happened here. Perhaps that had something to do with whipping it in the Cuisinart. Maybe I whipped it too long in the Cuisinart. Although the water crackers do help a lot. You have some, well, yeah, I'm gonna keep that heart. Although I think saltines would work too, because the pate is actually pretty sweet. You've got sweet mustard in there. Ooh, now I'm getting some of that little bit of latent heat in there. That's nice. I like the little kind of surprise bit of heat in there. Oddly enough, my second taste was better than the first. So maybe this is something that as you're eating it, you're like, oh, that's not bad. I actually like that. Maybe that develops after time. This is definitely a hamburger pate. It tastes like a hamburger pate. I think the worst part about it is probably the texture. Simply because my associations with a burger involve chewing and consistency of a soft bun, a bite of the onion, a bite of the meat, and some chewing. And with that chewing, those flavors develop. The flavors are homogeneous, but it's a dip, right? Essentially, we've got like a solid state dip. And for that, I think it actually kind of works. So if you need something to bring to your holiday party, might I suggest a White Castle Paté? It'll bring some hilarity. It might bring some disgust, but all that stuff is fun, right? Thanks again to Christy D for bringing this to my attention. I had never heard of the White Castle Paté. There are some other recipes on that side. I will put a link down below in case you're interested, in case you want to suggest some others that I should make. My glasses are crooked. All right, now we should write them. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to Zebit for sponsoring this video. Visit zebit.com/Emmy to get up to $2,500 in interest-free credit. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media so you can get little updates about what I'm doing. And like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! So, do you know the Muffin Man?